Deep in the shadowed corner of Switzerland, a young artist named Hans Rudi Geiger found himself plagued by vivid and disturbing night terrors. These weren't the typical dreams of falling or faceless figures. No, Geiger's dreams were otherworldly horrors, visions of biomechanical landscapes where flesh intertwined with steel and beings of nightmarish complicity seemed to emerge from some ancient forbidden realm. From an early age, Geiger didn't just fear these visions, he embraced them. Instead of fleeing from the creatures in his mind, he put pen to paper and airbrush to canvas, capturing the bizarre and terrifying world he saw when he closed his eyes. These creatures would later come to define his artistic style, a fusion of organic and mechanical forms he called biomechanics. By the mid-1970s, Geiger's work was gaining attention in the underground art scene. His book, Necromonicon, was a collection of his most haunting and surreal pieces, showcasing his ability to blend sensuality and terror. It was this book that caught the eye of screenwriter Dan O'Bannon. O'Bannon, who was working on a science fiction horror film called Alien, knew immediately that Geiger's art was the missing piece to bring his vision to life. Riley Scott, the director of Alien, was initially skeptical. Hollywood wasn't accustomed to art so raw, so visceral, but when he saw Geiger's work, particularly the piece titled Necromon 4, he was captivated. This painting depicted an elongated skeletal creature with a smooth phallic head and an otherworldly presence that would later become the infamous xenomorph. Scott invited Geiger to join the production team, giving him the freedom to shape not only the creatures but also the haunting biomechanical environment of the alien world. Geiger's approached the project with meticulous detail, drawn from his own night terrors and fascination with themes of life, death, and rebirth. He created the xenomorph as a creature that symbolized primal fears, birth and violation. The facehugger, a parasitic organism, represented the terror of forced intimacy and unwanted creation. In death and decay, the xenomorph's acid blood and relenting predatory nature embodies the certainty of death. The uncanny, its biomechanical design made it both familiar and alien, forcing the audience to confront something that felt almost too real. Interestingly, much of Geiger's inspiration also stemmed from his personal battles. He suffered from sleep paralysis, a condition that left him immortalized in his bed, often accompanied by hallucination of looming figures. These experiences shaped the claustrophobic, predatory nature of his designs, giving Alien an authenticity that no other film had captured. Alien was released in 1979 and became an instant classic, largely due to Geiger's contribution. The xenomorph is now one of the most iconic creatures in cinematic history. Its design praised for its elegance, horror, and originality. But Geiger's impact went beyond the film. His work reshaped how horror and science fiction could intersect, blending the grotesque with the beautiful. His biomechanical style influenced countless artists, musicians, and filmmakers, and his design appeared in everything from album covers to other films like Poltergeist 2. Despite his success, Geiger remained a deeply private person. He continued to struggle with his night terrors throughout his life, but he often said that his art was his way of confronting his fears. "I make my art to free myself from my nightmares," he once said. "I don't create monsters. They already exist in my mind." H.R. Geiger passed away in 2014, but his legacy lives on, not just in Alien, but in the countless artists and dreamers who see beauty in the dark. His work reminds us of the power of confronting our fears head-on, of turning the haunting visions within us into something that resonates with the world. And perhaps that's the true genius of Geiger. He didn't just design a monster. He gave form to the fears we all share, hiding in the depths of our subconscious. His xenomorph isn't just an alien, it's a mirror, reflecting the terror and awe of the unknown. This is Monkalesi. Thanks for listening. Peace.